Welcome to GZ Coins World YouTube channel where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary treasures. Today you are going to discover 4 Liberty Lincoln pennies that could shack you right out of your seat. My dear coin lovers, history hunters, and rare treasure seekers. Today's story is not about gold bars or ancient silver but something far more common and yet far more mysterious. That's right, we're talking about a coin most people toss into a jar or drop on the sidewalk, the humble penny. But this isn't just any penny. It's the 1975 USA Lincoln Liberty 1-cent coin, a small copper-colored disc that holds a story so remarkable, so unexpected that one specific example has stunned collectors by being valued at over $411,000. Yes, you heard that right, a single 1-cent coin worth nearly $500,000. How is that even possible? What secrets does this 1975 penny hold? How can something so ordinary become so outrageously valuable? Today we're going to dive deep into this incredible story. From the legacy of the Lincoln cent, to the exact features of the 1975 edition, to the hidden errors and pristine conditions that create million-dollar value, we're going to unravel every detail. So sit back and let's begin a journey that will change the way you see pocket change forever. Section 1. The birth of the Lincoln cent, America's first presidential coin. To understand the 1975 penny, we first need to look at its roots. The Lincoln cent has been in continuous production since 1909, introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was revolutionary for its time, the first U.S. circulating coin to bear the image of an actual historical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features the enduring image of Lincoln's right-facing profile, calm, thoughtful, symbolic of unity during America's greatest internal conflict, from 1909 to 1958. The reverse featured the simple and iconic wheat ears design, a nod to agricultural America. Then in 1959 the Lincoln Memorial reverse was introduced, marking Lincoln's 150th birth anniversary. This image, showing the grand marble columns of the memorial, was a fitting tribute to a president who held the country together. That's the reverse you'll find on the 1975 penny, and it remained in use until 2008 when it was replaced by the Union Shield. Section 2. The 1975 penny, a snapshot in time. Let's zoom in on 1975. It was a time of change. The Vietnam War had just ended. The U.S. was navigating post-Watergate uncertainty. Gas prices soared, inflation was rising, and yet Americans still relied on pocket change every single day. In that year, the U.S. Mint produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. There were no special mint marks from San Francisco, and no commemorative editions. On the surface, the 1975 penny was just another coin. Made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, it weighed 3.11 grams and measured 19 millimeters across. But hidden among those hundreds of millions were a few coins with a difference. A few pennies that were unlike the rest. A few that would one day stun the numismatic world. Section 3. From 1 cent to $411,000. What makes this penny so valuable? This is the question everyone's asking. What makes a penny minted in a year with no special design, no announced rarity, and no public fanfare worth $411,000? The answer lies in 3 powerful forces: rarity, condition, and minting errors. Let's break it down. Rarity. Most 1975 pennies are common. You can still find them in circulation. But the ultra-valuable ones are the ones that shouldn't exist, coins that were misstruck or coins that were saved in near-perfect condition and never spent. Condition in coin grading. Quality is everything. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with MS-70 being a perfect, flawless coin. Most coins from circulation are lucky to score MS-60. But some rare 1975 pennies preserved in sealed mint sets or carefully stored since the day they were struck have achieved astonishing grades like MS-67, MS-68, even MS-69. And when rarity meets perfection, you get sky-high auction prices. Mint errors. Now here's where things get really interesting. Some 1975 pennies exhibit double die obverse errors. This means during the minting process, the coin's design was struck twice but slightly misaligned, creating a ghost-like doubling of letters or numbers. Imagine seeing a shadow duplicate of the word Liberty or the date 1975 under magnification. It's not where it's a factory flaw and it's gold to collectors. There are also examples of Off-center strikes where the coin isn't aligned correctly during minting, die cracks where parts of the design are distorted due to damage in the die, repunched mint marks where the D from Denver was stamped more than once. Any of these errors, when combined with excellent condition, can push a penny's value into the tens of thousands. But one 1975 Lincoln cent featuring a dramatic double die and graded MS-68 red by PCGS crossed into legend, selling for over $411,000 at a major auction. Section 4. Who buys a $500,000 penny? You might be wondering who on earth pays that much for a penny. The answer lies in the world of elite coin collectors and investors. These individuals and institutions are constantly seeking rare investment-grade coins that are historically significant and conditionally perfect. For them, it's not just about owning a coin. It's about owning a piece of American history. It's about rarity, prestige, and future value. And coins like this, documented, certified, and irreplaceable, often rise in value over time. Section 5. How you can tell if you have a valuable 1975 penny. Before you go digging through jars of change or bank rolls, here's how to spot a rare 1975 Lincoln cent. Look closely at the date and Liberty under strong magnification, any signs of doubling. Check for sharpness and shine. If it still glows like it's fresh from the mint, that's a good sign. Weigh it. Authentic copper 1975 pennies should weigh 3.11 grams. Look at the mint mark. If it's repunched, it could be rare. Submit any promising finds to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Just one coin could change your life. Section 6. The treasure in your pocket. The story of the 1975 Lincoln penny is more than just a tale of money. It's a story about how something tiny, forgotten, and ordinary can become extraordinary. It's about the unpredictable magic of minting, how tiny mechanical errors and preservation can turn copper into gold. It's a story that reminds us to look closely at what we carry. Because sometimes, just sometimes, a penny really is priceless. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into one of the most astonishing coin stories of our time. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more incredible coin content, and comment below if you've got any special Lincoln pennies in your collection. Who knows, your penny could be worth more than you ever imagined. Until next time, keep looking, keep learning, and keep collecting. What if I told you that sitting in your jar of old coins, in your pocket, or even beneath your couch cushions could be a penny worth over $400,000? That's right. A single 1986 USA Liberty Lincoln cent, a coin we often overlook, a coin many toss away as spare change, once sold for an astonishing $408,000. And it wasn't gold. It wasn't silver. It was a simple copper-plated zinc penny. How did a coin so common become so valuable? In today's episode, we are diving deep, very deep, into the unbelievable story behind the 1986 Lincoln penny, its history, its rarity, its errors, and the hidden secrets that transformed a 1-cent coin into a small fortune. If you're a collector, investor, treasure hunter, or just someone who enjoys a good mystery, this video is for you. Section 1. A century of legacy, the Lincoln cent story. To understand the value behind the 1986 penny, we must go back, way back to 1909. That year, the United States Mint released a brand new coin, the Lincoln cent. It was the first American coin to feature a real person, the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin was released in celebration of Lincoln's 100th birthday. From the day it entered circulation, the Lincoln penny became an icon. First with the wheat reverse from 1909 to 1958, and later with the Lincoln Memorial reverse from 1959 to 2008. That's where the 1986 Lincoln penny fits in. By that year, the coin was already an American staple, known by all, handled by millions, and minted by the billions. But the truth is, not all 1986 Lincoln pennies were created equal. Section 2. The 1986 penny, a year of transition and volume. The year 1986 was ordinary in many ways. The U.S. Mint struck billions of Lincoln cents at both the Philadelphia Mint No Mint mark and the Denver Mint D Mint mark. Each coin was composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, weighing just 2.5 grams. This composition had started in 1982 when the Mint moved away from solid copper due to rising metal costs. To most people, 1986 pennies are utterly forgettable. They look the same, feel the same, and spend the same. But deep in that sea of circulation coins, a few rare gems emerged. Coins struck with extraordinary precision, or those hit by unexpected minting errors. These few coins would someday become legends. Section 3. The $408,000 coin, a numismatic sensation. Now let's talk about the coin. A few years ago, a 1986 Lincoln cent stunned the coin collecting world when it sold for a staggering $408,000 at auction. But why? What could possibly justify such a value? It came down to three powerful ingredients. 1. Mint error. This wasn't your typical penny. This coin featured a doubled die obverse, meaning the die used to strike the coin had been improperly manufactured. When the image was transferred onto the die twice but misaligned, the result was a coin with doubled lettering, date, and other features. Collectors absolutely prize these errors. Why? Because they're unintentional, rare, and impossible to replicate. 2. Condition grade. This particular 1986 penny was graded at MS68 RD, mint state 68 red. That means it was in near perfect condition with brilliant original luster and no signs of wear even under magnification. Only a tiny handful of coins from each mint year ever survive in such condition. Most pennies are scratched, dirty, or worn after just a few weeks in circulation. 3. Authentication and provenance. This coin was graded and certified by PCGS, one of the most respected third-party grading services in the world. It had a serial number population report, and was verified to be 1 of 1 at its grade level with this error, making it truly unique. Section 4. The market for rare pennies. Now you might be asking, who in their right mind would pay $408,000 for a penny? Believe it or not, the rare coin market is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Serious collectors, investors, and even hedge funds buy rare coins for their value, their rarity, and their potential for appreciation. Coins with documented rarity, historical significance, or flawless condition are considered numismatic blue chips. They're tangible assets, physical investments that grow over time. And when only 1 or 2 of a certain type exists, collectors are willing to pay any price. Section 5. How to identify a rare 1986 penny. You might be wondering, could I have a valuable 1986 penny in my own change? Here's what to look for. Mint mark. 1986 coins were minted in Philadelphia, no mark, and Denver, D mark. Both can have valuable versions, especially with errors. Double die. Look closely at the words Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date 1986. Use a 10x magnifying glass. Are any of the letters or numbers slightly doubled? That's a red flag. Luster and color. A bright, uncirculated penny with no scratches, deep red color, and sharp features is worth submitting for grading. Weight. Real 1986 pennies should weigh around 2.5 grams. Any major deviation could indicate a planchet error. Striking errors. Look for off-center strikes, missing parts of design, die cracks, or clipped planchets. If you suspect your coin might be rare, submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Don't clean it. Don't alter it. And don't spend it. Section 6. How rare coins go viral. The $408,000 1986 penny didn't become famous overnight. It took years for someone to recognize the error, preserve it, and have it graded. It took the right auction house, the right timing, and the right collector with deep pockets. That's the beauty of numismatics. One overlooked coin can go from change jar to international spotlight if you know what to look for. Section 7. The power of the penny. The story of the 1986 Lincoln penny teaches us an unforgettable lesson. Never underestimate what looks ordinary. A coin worth 1 cent by design became worth more than a luxury car, more than some homes, more than a year's college tuition, all because of a tiny mint error preserved perfectly and discovered by someone with a sharp EYE. It could happen again. And it could happen to you. So check your change. Look through those old coffee cans. And if you're a collector, never stop learning. Because sometimes treasure doesn't shine like gold, it shines like copper. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and high-value discoveries, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a hidden treasure. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across an unusual 1986 penny. You might just be sitting on a fortune. Until next time, keep collecting, keep hunting, and keep believing. My very respectable coin fans, history lovers, and treasure hunters. Now we're diving into the astonishing story of a coin that might be hiding in your pocket or jar at home. It's a 1-cent piece from 1992, struck in Denver, the familiar Lincoln penny you've seen 1,000 times. And yet, One special version of this coin recently sold for a staggering $404,000. That's right, $404,000 for a single penny. How can a coin that cost 1 cent to produce become worth almost $500,000? The key lies in a tiny, nearly invisible detail that most people don't even notice. This penny embodies the incredible lessons of numismatics history, rarity, error, and value wrapped into a single copper disc. So let's explore every piece of this amazing journey. Chapter number 1. A legacy that started over a century ago. The story begins in 1909 when the United States Mint introduced a revolutionary design. For the first time, a U.S. coin would feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. Sculptor Victor David Brenner captured Lincoln's thoughtful profile on the obverse, and from 1909 to 1958 the reverse bore elegant wheat ears, earning the name Wheat Penny. In 1959, to honor Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, a design that would remain on pennies instead of the wheat ear until 2008. A simple and iconic look that most of us carry around every day. Chapter number 2. 1992. The Lincoln penny in context. Fast forward to 1992. The Denver Mint struck more than 4.6 billion Lincoln pennies that year, made of a zinc core and copper plating due to the high cost of copper. They're small, measuring 19 millimeters in diameter, weighing 2.5 grams. The obverse shows Lincoln with "I in God We Trust" and the date, while the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial and United States of America 1 cent. Ordinary, unremarkable coins that enter circulation by the thousands. But among them hides a rare variation that changes everything. Chapter number 3. The Hidden Secret, Close AM versus Wide AM. What makes the 1992 Lincoln penny so valuable? A minting mistake hidden in plain sight. On most 1992 pennies, the spacing between the letters A and M in America is noticeable. You can see a gap. That's the wide AM variety, the standard circulation version. But a very small number of Denver minted pennies were struck using a proof reverse die meant for collector sets. That proof die places the A and M so close they nearly touch, hence the name Close AM. It seems tiny, but in numismatics every detail matters. That minute difference turns an everyday penny into a rare and highly valuable variant. Chapter number 4. Discovery and authentication. For years nobody noticed the Close AM coins. After all, who checks letter spacing on pennies? That changed when a keen collector spotted a 1992 penny with the A and M almost touching. That collector submitted the coin to a leading grading service, PCGS, which officially authenticated it as a Close AM error and graded it MS67 red. That means it had no signs of wear and retained its original red copper color pristine. That coin went to auction and sold for an eye-popping $404,000. It became instant numismatic legend, an ordinary penny, the result of a mistake that no one expected and almost no one saw. Chapter number 5. The perfect storm. Why this penny is worth 6 figures. 3 factors created this extraordinary value. 1. Rarity. Only a handful of 1992 Close AM pennies are known. Nobody officially recorded a plan to produce them. 2. Condition. An MS67 red grade means flawless preservation, exceptional for any modern coin. 3. Authentication. PCGS certified it, assigned a serial number, and confirmed it's one of a kind at that grade. Buyers trust that certification. When rarity, condition, and certification come together, value explodes. And this coin became proof. Chapter number 6. Could you hold one in your hand? Potentially yes. Some unrecognized 1992 Close AM pennies may still lie unnoticed in circulation coin rolls or storage boxes. They're rare but not impossible to find. If you want to search for one, flip a 1992 penny over and check the reverse lettering under magnification. Compare the A and M in America. If they nearly touch, you may have discovered a Close AM. Inspect other features like the spacing of designer initials FG near the memorial. Do not clean it. Even light cleaning can damage grading potential. Submit a promising coin to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Chapter number 7. Why this coin matters. The 1992 Close AM penny changed coin collecting forever. It proved that modern coins like those from the 1990s can hold extreme value when a rare error meets perfect condition and certification. It reminded collectors to examine everything closely. And it demonstrates that sometimes even Chinese pennies hide millionaire potential. This single coin stands at the intersection of history, chance, and attention to detail. It rewards curiosity and careful study. The 1992 D. Lincoln penny with close AM isn't just a coin, it's a story. A 1-cent piece that became a $404,000 legend because of a tiny die error. A powerful example of how numismatics turns everyday objects into subjects of fascination and wonder. Thank you for watching this deep dive into numismatic history. If you loved this journey, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to never miss a rare coin discovery. Let me know in the comments if you've ever examined a 1992 penny or found something unusual in your change. Remember, every coin tells a story. And who knows, maybe the next one you examine will rewrite yours. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, one copper-colored coin minted in 2003 could be worth as much as $400,000? That's right. A 2003 D. Lincoln cent, one you might casually toss into a vending machine or let roll beneath your couch cushions, could secretly be a numismatic miracle, a coin that breaks records, stuns collectors, and defies all expectations. Now we're going deep into the astonishing story of this tiny treasure. We're going to explore its rich history, the minting details that matter, the rare versions worth hundreds of thousands, and how you might be holding one without even knowing it. Get comfortable. Get curious. This is the full story of the 2003 D. USA Liberty Lincoln cent, the 1-cent coin that's worth a fortune. Chapter 1. The Lincoln cent, a coin of American legacy. To understand why the 2003 D penny has become so extraordinary, we first have to look back at the coin's long and patriotic legacy. In 1909, the United States Mint introduced a coin unlike any before it, a penny bearing the face of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this was the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Initially, the reverse side showed 2 wheat ears symbolizing agricultural strength. But in 1959, on the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, a more modern and symbolic depiction of his legacy. For the next 50 years, the Lincoln Memorial reverse would define the penny, including the one struck in Denver in 2003. Chapter 2. The 2003 D. Lincoln penny specifications and production. Now let's talk about the coin itself. The 2003 D. Lincoln cent was minted in Denver, indicated by the small D mint mark below the date on the obverse side. That year, over 3.5 billion of these coins were produced. To most, that would sound like the end of the story. But to collectors, that's where the fun begins. Let's go over its specs. Metal composition: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. Plating diameter: 19.05 mm. Weight: 2.5 grams. Designer: Victor David Brenner. Obverse: Frank Gasparo. Reverse mint mark: D for Denver. Reverse: Lincoln Memorial with the words United States of America, e pluribus unum. And 1 cent, it's a coin billions of Americans have handled, dropped in parking lots, or forgotten in drawers. But beneath the surface, something very rare happened. Chapter 3. Rare errors that define value. For a 2003 D penny to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, it needs to possess something that sets it apart, something rare, something unintentional, something created by mistake. These come in the form of minting errors such as 1. Proof reverse used on business strike coin. In extremely rare cases, a reverse die used for proof coins which have sharper detail and mirror-like finishes is mistakenly used on circulation coins. This causes the coin to appear as a strange hybrid showing proof-like characteristics on a standard penny. Collectors call these mule errors or reverse die anomalies, and they are extremely valuable. 2. Striking errors. Some of the most valuable Lincoln cents show signs of off-center strikes, double dies, clash marks, die cracks, missing elements. If your 2003 D penny has any of these, don't ignore it, you may have a jackpot in your hand. 3. Ultra-high grade. Even without an error, a 2003 D penny can be incredibly valuable if it's in near-perfect condition. When submitted to PCGS or NGC, these coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. A 2003 D Lincoln cent in MS68 red or MS69 red condition is virtually flawless, and only a handful exist in such condition. One of these coins fetched over $400,000 at auction. Chapter 4. How this coin made headlines. One of the most famous examples of the 2003 Lincoln cent reached headlines after being authenticated and graded MS-69 red by a top-tier certification body. It was part of a private collection for years, believed to be just another well-kept modern cent. But after expert examination, its flawless surfaces, sharp details, and unique die characteristics made it a numismatic phenomenon. It was auctioned off by a major house and caused a bidding frenzy. The final sale price: $400,000. Not bad for a penny, right? Chapter 5: How to spot a $400,000 penny. If you're wondering whether your 2003 penny might be worth life-changing money, here's what to look for. 1. Uncirculated condition. Look for no signs of wear. It should be shiny, unblemished, and still red in color. 2. Use a 10x loupe or microscope. Check for double die sharpness of the lettering, and any signs of unusual anomalies. 3. Proof-like fields. If it has mirror-like surfaces on the reverse, it may be a business strike using a proof die. 4. Seek certification. Submit the coin to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. High grades with rare errors are what make millionaires. 5. Never clean it. Cleaning a rare coin destroys its surface and drops the value dramatically. Chapter 6: Lessons from the 2003 Lincoln cent. The 2003 penny is a reminder of something powerful. Even in a time of machines, automation, and mass production, mistakes happen, and those mistakes become treasures. It also shows how value isn't always obvious. A coin that cost 1 cent to make could carry more value than a luxury watch, a sports car, or even a small house because of what it represents: history, rarity, and curiosity. Chapter 7: Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's an adventure. If you're a collector, the 2003 Lincoln cent should remind you that modern coins can be just as valuable as vintage ones, sometimes even more so. This coin has taught the world that attention to detail pays off. That something small can have incredible meaning. And if you're just getting started, know this: incredible finds are still out there. They're waiting in coin rolls and coffee jars and forgotten drawers. You just need to start looking. So the next time you hold a penny in your hand, don't overlook it. Flip it over. Look closer. Because one day one coin just like the 2003 might surprise the world again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss the next unbelievable coin story. Share this with friends and check your change. The next $400,000 penny could be sitting right in your hand. Drop a comment. Have you ever found a coin with an error? Tell us your treasure story below. Until next time, keep hunting, keep learning, and always look twice at every cent.